What's up, you guys? Welcome to the channel, welcome to the new shop, and say goodbye to the Z as you know it. Now, that's not because we are jumping ship to a new platform, and don't look behind me, but because we're going to be doing a bunch of updates to this car to get it ready for the 2025 season. As you know, I haven't really done any YouTube stuff, and this is a first for me. This is uncharted territory, and all the guys who do YouTube stuff, you guys make it look way too easy, so I hate you for that. But we're gonna try, we're gonna do our best to document the season, document the build process and all the behind the scenes stuff and all the good things that come with that. Before we do that, let me tell you a little bit about the season. So 2025, I'm gonna be racing in Grid Life once again in GLTC as I have in the past. However, there's only one event that's gonna be in California. All the rest are 2,500 plus miles away in the Midwest on the other side of the country. Before I get all the way out there, I'd like to get this car in the best fighting shape it could be in. Now, it's already kind of the best it's ever been, but I still think it can be better. The data shows it can still be better. So we're gonna go all in and we're gonna make this thing an even more capable weapon. Before I make it a more capable weapon, which you will find out if you subscribe and watch the next videos, I'd like to do a little bit of a build breakdown on this car to kind of document and showcase where it is now. Although it's been through a bunch of versions, this iteration is kind of the best it's been, and I'm kind of the most proud of it at least. Without further ado, let's jump into it. Okay, so let me take you over the car. We'll start at the front and we'll work our way to the back. Some of you are very familiar with this car, some of you are not. Please disregard the crazy mess in the shop because we finished it and just had to move in and get started right away. So, front bumper. This front bumper is made by the boys at Epsilon Plus, finished by the boys at Spinnaker Composites. Now, Spinnaker makes these carbon headlight blanks, so you can probably see where this is going. This bumper is carbon fiber. It was originally a 3D printed bumper. It was 6 pieces, kind of a modular bumper design. That way, if you damage a corner or something, you can kind of replace just that corner. However, the 3D print was really heavy and it's kind of expensive and not really that feasible to do. So we went ahead and made the bumper out of carbon afterwards using the 3D print. Now, something everyone always loves about this bumper is how easily it is attached and mounted. So let me go ahead and set this back up, show you guys just how easy that comes off. Of course, aero catch hood latches per standard. Quick latch button on each side, which you can't exactly get without the hood prop. Boom. That's it. That's all that holds this bumper on. You can see the nice carbon inner workings. Obviously, we got a bit of damage going on over here. Some patch panels to add some structure to it, and just a nice little eBay mesh grip. Let me get you guys underneath the hood with me. Okay, so this front end's the big one. This is the most questions I get, the most requests I get. Everything here is custom. Fully 100% fabricated custom, from the bash bar to the ducting to the radiator supports to pretty much everything here. Okay, if there's something here you can buy, I will tell you about it. That is these carbon headlight blanks from Spinnaker, these silhouette power brackets. At least I believe they're still available. These get rid of the big, heavy, ugly headlight brackets, headlight buckets they call them. You can delete all that stuff. These are Battle Arrow splitter brackets, holding this nice plywood splitter from Home Depot Racing. All this intake stuff is just generic piping, generic clamps, all eBay stuff. Honestly, it's just a tube, who cares? The PCV system's deleted, just using some little filters that clamp right onto the PCV system. There is a GK Tech roll pod in there, helping keep things cool, helping air pockets stay out of the system. All the rest of the cooling stuff is fully deleted. There is no heater core in this car. There is none of the other things that the heater hoses would go to or any of the coolant hoses would go to besides the radiator. That is it. This car is also equipped with BMW MK60 ABS from an E46 M3. Honestly, I don't think it's worth it to go that route unless you have problems with ice mode. Then go ahead and do that. It's a cheap way to not put your car in a wall. Big coil radiator, big coil oil cooler, tilted about 30 degrees, ducted through the front, right out the back with a single fan. That's wired up to the OEM fan stuff. All the OEM wiring still comes on at the same temperature, does exactly what it needs to do. That's ducted straight out the hood, which we have done a custom duct on. But other than that, this motor is completely stock. It is just a refreshed junkyard motor, as my original one blew up after about 9 years. Now, when I say completely stock, that means different things to different people. So this motor has not been opened, okay? This has full bolt-ons, meaning it's got ISR headers, 370Z manifolds, injectors, all those kind of things. Everything's deleted off the front end. There's no power steering on this motor, no AC compressor, obviously, just an alternator and a crank pulley. And I've gotten rid of pretty much anything that could be a failure point or anything that was unnecessary. One last thing, we do run a gritty oil pan on this motor. Keeps a little bit of oil where it needs to be, helps keep these motors alive. That's all you really need to do with the VQ. Keep oil in the engine, keep the oil pressure up, keep the oil cooled, keep the water temps down, and you'll be good to go. Okay, I think that pretty much finishes up the front end of this car. Let's move on. We'll go to the interior, and then we'll go to the back of the car, which there's not much to see, but I'll show you anyway. When you come inside my Z, what you will see is completely gutted doors. The windows are just on some little stays bolted to the factory attachment points. That way I can store this car outside. It can be on a trailer without worrying it doesn't get rained on, and you can still wash the car. Inside, it is very gutted. We have a window net as required by racing. We have a 6-point cage, SFI padding, kill switch, fire suppression switch, bunch of mirrors, bunch more padding. This car is very gutted. What you will see poking out in the passenger side over here is the power steering setup. Now that is an SW20 MR2 pump. Sorry, it's a little bit dark. It still uses fluid. You can see there's the canister for the hydraulic fluid, power steering fluid. It runs out the car through the floor right there to the rack, and it is turned on by a switch, which we have down here. Matter of fact, let's do this. So we do have backup camera. You can see some weird car on it. That's because you can't see anything out the back of Z, especially with Lexan. Oil, water, temperatures, AFR, auto blip module, because I'm lazy and honestly I really like it. It's very convenient. You can hit on me all you want. This is for our FIA rain light, that is for raining and hazardous conditions. This is the power steering pump. It makes noises. This is for the light bar. You see here we have an ABS or a brake bias valve. Okay, send pressure more to the rear, more to the front. We have a Jack Spanier Racing shifter. Got our D&D Performance 330 mil competition wheel, Alcantara. You might be wondering what this is over here. This is our ballast mounting plate. When we need to add weights to the car, this is what we mount it to. It mounts to the stock seat locations. Behind me, you will see a cool box unit. This is a iceless driver cooling suit unit. It goes to this right here, which plugs into a little vest that I wear underneath my suit and cycles cool water through it. It actually works so efficient that I end up turning it off sometimes because I'm too cold. It's that good. Further back, we have the fire suppression bottle, battery mounted, a gutted trunk where we also sometimes mount ballasts, and you can see the wing stands in silver right there up top. Now, that's it for this boring interior. Let's take you guys back outside the car for a minute. We have this Wing Logic swing, which will be getting changed. I don't mind dropping that hint of information for you guys. Some custom wing stands that we did. You can see how it mounted there. It sandwiches the rear trunk. FIA rain light that was just on, our rear view camera, bunch of other miscellaneous little things. We have these really cool denim infused carbon end plates that I got in a raffle. Pretty neat things. You can see in the brakes we are rocking some Stop Tech stuff. We've got, of course, the Endless Forged triple chromed wheels, extremely dirty, wrapped in some Maxxis VR2s. 275 is the size we run. If you're savvy, you will notice there is no drum brake back here. We deleted all that stuff. The guys at Paragon hooked me up with a custom rotor hat and saved a bunch of weight. I want to say it was like 2.5 pounds per side. It was actually pretty substantial. Up front, Stop Tech ST60, big boy. We're rocking Paragon rotors all the way around. Real quick, we got some GK Tech mirrors, some eBay fender cuts, a nice custom drop vent for the hood with a sweet little gurney flap to help extract air. We do rock a glass windshield. If you take a peek under the car, you will see, although it's dark down here, that subframe's black. And now that's because that is a 370Z subframe, all 370Z arms, 408 Cusco custom diff, custom exhaust. Some of these things will stay, some of these things will change. Of course, the car is fully solid bushings, every arm done, all the fancy stuff you can imagine. I almost forgot. This is probably what all of you want to see. There's a hole in my side skirt. And I got this big thing. That is the jack point. We have that on both sides of the car. And honestly, it makes my life so easy. I don't have to destroy these side skirts. I don't have to drive up on ramps or wood. I just slide a jack right underneath here and jack this bad boy up. Comes right out, store it wherever you please. So yeah, guys, I think that kind of concludes the build breakdown of this car. If you guys want to see anything else, comment below, message me, DM me, whatever. Just let me know. This car is going to start changing very soon here. So guys, subscribe, follow along with the process. Come with me this season. Come to all the races. I love the support you guys give, and thank you guys for watching.